Hello everyone, the Victoria is here, and in this episode we are going to continue to work on this lovely screwdriver to make sure that we can use it in Unity. The starter file for this episode available via my Patreon page. The only thing you need is to be a member of my Patreon group. It's totally free. You just have to click on the join for free button and you are going to have access for it. First thing we should do is to export this object, and we are going to use the FBX format. We are going to create a new directory. Let's call it export, and I have a Unity export preset. The path mode can be copied. This setting makes sure that during the export, Blender copies the textures into the exports directory. Then we have to limit to selected object type mesh, transform scale 1. It's highly advised to keep the scale 1 in the object properties and the location at the origin. These all default settings, this file, apply unit, use space transform, apply transforms. We wouldn't necessarily need this because everything is at the origin. So geometry, smoothing, normalize, only apply modifiers. These all fine like this. Armature, it doesn't really matter because we don't have one. Animation, we do not need to export because we do not have one. So let's click on Export FBX. So let's examine the contents of the export directory. We have this FBX here, and in the FBM directory, we have the textures. However, we do not have the smoothness texture here because we had an invert on it. But it doesn't matter because for Unity, we have to create a texture which contains the metallic as the color information and the smoothness as the alpha information. So, how can we create this? So the way we can do this is using ImageMagick. For example, you can install ImageMagick from the ImageMagick website. If you click on the download link, you can find downloadable for Linux, Mac OS, iOS, and Windows. I am using Ubuntu, and I have installed this via the package manager. And now all we have to do is to navigate to the textures LP directory. This is not the export directory, but the textures LP. This is the directory where we had baked the images. And as you can see, this one contains the metallic and the smoothness LP PNGs. So now the command is this. You can find this in the starter Blender file. In the text editor, there is a license info, and I included this command in that part of the Blender file. And if we are imagining this, like for example, opening with some image URL, as you can see, this contains the metallic and has some alpha channel which contains the smoothness. Now let's copy this metallic smooth LP into the export directory by using Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V. And we no longer need this metallic LP, so let's shift delete this. And all we need is the albedo LP, this metallic smooth LP, and the normal PNG, normal LP PNG. And let's open Unity. I had created a test application here. Let's click on Asset, Import New Asset. Let's click on this FBX file we had created. and click on import. And here in Unity, let's extract the materials. Let's create a materials folder. Let's click on save. In the materials directory, we have this screwdriver LP mat. We have this mesh here. So let's import the textures as well. Actually, the textures can be imported by drag and drop. So let's just drag the exported files and import it here. What we should do is, for the normal LP, we should choose normal and apply this. And now we have this universal render pipeline lit shader is the material here. So let's drag the albedo LP as a base map. Let's grab the metallic smooth LP as the metallic map, and the smoothness source is metallic alpha. And let's grab the normal LP as the normal map, and let's grab the screwdriver here. However, we have to make sure that this marks as transparent. This mesh is looking fine. This was our first import and this was okay. However, sometimes it could happen that this metal part is covering the plastic part, and that is because the drawing order matters for Unity. And if it draws the plastic part first and then the metallic part second, then this is the result. And if it draws the metal part first, then the plastic part, then this is the result. And this is what we want. We want to make sure that the plastic part draws after the metallic part, because the plastic part is transparent, or at least semi-transparent. And in this case, it's extremely important, the drawing order. So let's go back to Blender and let's check what's going on behind the scenes in these cases. So here we are in Blender, and this is the mesh that we had exported for the first time. Let's go to edit mode, and there is a new feature which is available for Blender 4.4, and which is displaying the indices of the edges, faces, or vertices, whatever. What we need is the face index. And if I select the metal parts, as you can see, it goes from 0 to 100 or so. However, if I select the plastic part, these numbers are higher, which means that when this mesh is going to be exported, the face indexes are going to be similar than what it is in Blender. So the metallic part is going to get lower numbers and the plastic part is going to get higher numbers, which means the metallic part is going to be rendered first in Unity and then the metallic part. Let's see what happens when the wrong version gets created. There is this mesh separate by loose parts. So we are going to get back the plastic part and the metallic part. And if I select the plastic part first and shift select, sorry. So the plastic part should be the active, and then this metallic part should be kind of secondary active object. And in this way, I am going to hit Ctrl G, which means I'm joining the meshes. And now let's display the indices. Let's check the L key. And in this way, as you can see, these are the lower numbers. And if I check this one, these are the higher numbers. And if I export this into Unity, then I'm going to have this wrong arrangement or wrong display order. So how can I correct it? I just have to make sure that when I am joining these two objects, the metallic parts is the bright orange, and let's shift select here. Then the plastic part is going to have the darker orange, and then I'm going to hit Ctrl J. And in this case, the metallic parts are going to have the lower indices, and the plastic part is going to have the higher indices. And this is when it is going to be okay for Unity. So just keep this in mind if the screwdriver appears in this way, like so. So I think this was it for this tutorial. I hope you have enjoyed it and perhaps learned something from it. And if you managed to survive this far, then please like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Goodbye for now.